right, everybody, welcome to the Studying Brew episode 847 on this beautiful Tuesday evening. It is Test Taking Techniques Tuesday, and we're so happy to have all of you here on this beautiful Tuesday evening as we learn them test taking techniques, those skills that pays the bills, if you will. My name is Andy. I'm the guy that answers all the phone calls, text messages, makes those bad dad jokes. But you're not here for my comedic value. You know, you're here for Brandy. She's got her Series 6, 63, 26, 65, and her Series 7. That makes her more than qualified to teach you all things you need to know. And yes, tonight we are going to be giving those skills out for free. This is our 30 minutes of free. We do have a whole program that you can subscribe to. We got all kinds of stuff going on this week with that. We're teaching some skill sets, some techniques. We're answering questions. We got all kinds of stuff going on for this week. Minus tomorrow, but we'll have more about that in a minute. But we want to make sure that you guys are prepared, not just with content, but also with techniques and strategies to go attempt these exams. So that way you can go and hopefully get the results that you've been working so hard for. You know, it's just one thing to learn content, but it's another to learn the techniques and strategies to help you get there. All right, well, let's just waste no time at all. Let's get to it. Brandy, what do you say? By the way, I feel like I'm fighting something off. That's been really weird lately. I think it's just the weather. Good grief. 1 minute, it's like 80 degrees here. And all of a sudden it's like 40 degrees.
Yes.
And then now it's like yesterday, all the last 2 days is dry. And like Brandy went ahead and said, it's going to rain tomorrow and the next. It's like, cannot get a break. But my sinuses are dying. Anybody feel like that? Anyways. I'm just like, sorry, I'm all bringing my sinus issues, but guys, dang. Anyways, anybody has any sinus help or anything that they recommend, go ahead and put that in the chat and let me know. I'm always up for new advice. At this point, I'll put like lemon up my nose if someone says it works. All right. Anyways, this is gonna be great. We're gonna have we have test taking techniques, but you know, as I said, we have all kinds of stuff going on in the members area. Hey, there's one thing I forgot and I don't want to forget. Hey, everybody that knows on the Discord, Jamie, she's always been very helpful. She's got her licenses through us and whatnot. She's going through it. Her dad's going for major surgery this next, Friday, right? This Friday? This Friday, major surgery. If you can give prayers, she would really appreciate it. Power of prayer for Jamie's family. I just want to throw that in there before I get in there and say that. All those words. Hey, if you guys ever need us to have a power of prayer, I believe in it. Just let me know and I'll let everybody know. Throw it in your prayer chains. I believe that stuff works. You know, praying. I believe in prayer. If anything, there's another higher power, I believe. So if you're one of those people who believe as well, let me know and we'll put that out there. So prayers to Jamie's family for sure. And maybe just drop her a line. She'd probably appreciate it. All right, like I was saying, back to it. We got the Discord. We got that over there. If you want to join in and go ahead and drop Brandy a notice and say, hey, what's up? Or give a prayer to shout out to Jamie, you can do that over there. Scan the QR code, hit the links, join our Discord, our Kona community. We're going to go over that tomorrow. That's the Studying Brew. And we're going to have questions from the Discord again tomorrow night. And today we've been working off questions from there as well in our member sessions too. So study guides are available, ebooks for the SIE, the 6, and the 63. Some of our study programs come with a study guide, so make sure that you check us out on our study programs. So if you want a guide, you might want to do that, you know, have that included and not have that extra cost because it comes with it. All right, we have the Kona Academy starting up on Monday. Another fresh round of the Kona Academy for the SIE, the 6, and the 63. We have some people that want to do it again.
Yeah.
And this is what I'm going to say. Guys, if you feel like you want to go through it again, that's fine. I feel like you should just do some quizzes and you should just stick to our 21-day plan, look through those small videos, raise those scores in your weak areas and move up and move on. You have all this great resources over there that you can use and utilize. You got a library that taps into it on the Discord, and let's just get to work on them quizzes and tests. Like, I think for the most part, and this is going to go against a lot of like study preps, I think it's highly overrated how much content they shove at you guys and keep telling you that you just need to know more content. You need to know more. You need to more. If you just go to one more review, if you just do one more of this, you do one more of this, do one more. It doesn't matter if you read that thing 15, 20 times. If you can't understand the questions that are being presented in front of you and how to connect it, it's not going to help. You're going to be an expert at all things that you guys have just learned, but guess what? That's not going to help you when it comes to test time. And we need to learn how to like get in a test. That's what we need to do. We need to learn how to test. We need to learn how to pass. So that's what I would do. I would focus on learning how to pass, and I would look at all the little small videos on the small content that I needed. And I just work those quizzes and tests on those Mondays with Brandy, small group tutoring, all that stuff. I would just elevate and just do that. That's what I would do for sure. But you've already gone through all the content, and that's it, right, Brandy?
Absolutely.
So there you go. So we got a lot of ways to do Kona. We have all that on-demand stuff. We got the Kona Academy, lots of great stuff. Go ahead and check it out. Scan the QR code, hit the link. Like I said, we got study courses, all that stuff. All right, you can hit me up on that number there, 951-290-3077. If you want to ask me any questions, call or text, Telegram, Instagram. All right, we got a reminder for tomorrow. There is no sessions for the members tomorrow, so no afternoon session. We are going to be back, though, for the Studying Brew. We will be live. We're going to be doing Discord Wednesday. As I said, we will be on the Discord all day tomorrow. So if you have any questions, drop it over there. If you're going to be getting a test on Thursday and you're like, dang, I want to ask Brandy, do it over there. Do it over there. Let her know it's your exam on Thursday. And especially if you're a member, let her know. If you don't already have that nice green lettering on your name, let her know, because then she'll be like, oh, dang. All right, well, let's go. And then she'll answer those questions and help you out and the best guide you the best we can. Guys, don't be afraid if you're a member to reach out and ask us what you should be doing the day before or whatnot. We'll help you out as much as we can. That's why we have the program the way we do. It's accessibility. And not only for just to us, but the other members, other people in that group, in that community to help you and rally around you and really give you the best advice they can. Right?
Absolutely.
All right. So that's that reminder. And then if you're not following me on Instagram, let me tell you, I wish you would. Because when they give me a picture and they let me know, guess what?
What?
We add another one to the Kona Hall of Fame. And guess what, Brandy? We got a passer! We added another one. Yes, we did. We got a passer! Congratulations to Debbie. She passed the Series 26. And if you are on if you're on Discord, you can tell like she wanted this. She was posting a lot.
Yep.
She was constantly asking questions. She was reaching out. She was like, utilize, I will.
Yes.
So what do you want to say about Debbie? Just utilized everything, asked questions, asked a lot about it.
Did, yeah.
And this is what I think this is more compelling for let's just have Debbie tell you what worked for her.
Yes.
She says, I took the Series 26 in August of 2022 and failed it by 3 points. I was so disappointed because I was scoring in the 80s on the Q banks. What do I tell you guys all the time? What do I tell you all the time? I had no idea what to do, so I put it aside until December when I started with the KonaButterflyz program. The way they taught the program made it fun. As I watched the videos, I was engaged, and I was engaged and not staring at the walls, wondering what color to paint them and trying desperately not to fall asleep.
I feel you. I feel you.
Armed with PMA and techniques, I learned OMs and answers first. I crushed it today, and now it's time to work on that 65. Dang. I didn't pay her to say that either. Just want to put that out there. That is not a paid testimony at all. That is all Debbie. And just want to say congratulations on getting it done. And she had a lot of other words to say that were very flattering and nice. And thank you for sharing. And she was like, hey, can I share outside of, the base shop and whatnot? Yeah. Hey, guys, share. Yes, please. Let everybody know.
Yes.
And she's already got people on that she wants to get licensed. So I can't wait to get her people licensed and then help her level up again.
Yep.
And guys, Series 26 done in the books. Principal ready to open up her own office. It is great. What a great way to start off 2024. And we're so happy we could help facilitate that and just help elevate you. And we're just honored to help you reach that milestone.
Yes.
It just so awesome. Series 26 done.
Boom.
Guys, she utilized the heck out of that Discord.
Yeah,
just saying. She was posting questions all the time.
Yeah.
And asking. I mean, I know there was questions on there she asked and you were like, nah, don't worry about that. It's too deep.
Yep.
And she was like, done. Like, I'm not even worried about it.
Got it.
Brandy must have been right because there she is with that pass notice. And you know what looks good? A pass notice on a fresh painted wall.
That's right. No, honestly, I'm gonna mention it. She didn't call it this. We've had other pastors call it this, but honestly, surface level knowledge, guys. Surface level knowledge. Tests don't got time to dig deep like that. Surface level knowledge.
And she did say that OMS and answering the questions, answers first, is what helped her out. OMS is just a more specific way in which we teach all our members on how to do the test taking techniques. And speaking of which, it's time to do test taking techniques Tuesday. It worked out for Debbie. It's time to make it work out for you. It is the way we do these things. If you're not been paying attention, then you're just not learning the Kona way. And it is the answers first. It is the paying attention to what's on the screen. It is keeping it surface knowledge. It is not overlooking and not missing out on those key words, those key connections, even if they're not content, and plugging it all together and making it happen, just like it worked out for Debbie. So tonight we are doing the test taking techniques. And like I said, it is those techniques and strategies that are going to definitely help you out and level you up. Look, guys, I'm going to say this about the techniques. None of these techniques do I 100% guarantee they work all the time.
Correct.
I don't lie like that. I'm not even going to say 80% of the time. Shoot, I'm not even going to say 70%. But you know what? If you give me 20%, I know it works more than that, but if you give me a good 20% and I can get 50% on my own with content, what's 50 plus 20? That's a 70%. That's a pass notice. That's a pass notice. That's all I need. I just need to get a C. That's it. That's all. And then I'm in. That's all. That's all you need. And guess what? When you're on the exam and things don't make sense and you don't know what's going on the screen and you're not sure if you studied it, technique it out.
Technique it out.
It's a great logical way to approach these exams and help you out. So to get started, we got rules of test taking techniques Tuesday. Rule number 1, you're not allowed to ask what exam did that question come from. It's irrelevant. Pay attention to the strategies and techniques. So let's go and learn those things. Look at the way Brandy's breaking it down. How is she taking it apart? Why is she looking at the answers first? Look at the patterns, look at the keywords, all that stuff. Take note because you want to be able to do that in your own quizzes. And speaking of which, that brings me to rule number 2. How do we get good at anything? You got to practice. We want you to do a 10-question flash quiz, 10 questions, 10 minutes, no thought, just 1 minute of fire going with your gut, just looking at those techniques, and that's it. It's a drill that we play to keep you sharp, keep you looking at those strategies and those techniques and just going for it. You never know when you might be in that situation, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, football players play out that 2 minutes, right? No timeout, 2 minute, right? You got to have your own drill. I got 2 minutes left and I ain't got no time to read. And I'm just going to go through this, right? Techniques.
Yeah, and guys, here's what I'm going to say. I answer questions based on technique. Of course, I know the content, but I always approach these questions especially when I'm pulling them for Tuesday. I always approach the questions technique first, click the answer, and of course, it's backed up with content. Does that make sense, guys? So for you guys who are learning this whole thing, and let's say you pick an answer, it's based purely on technique, go with that, but learn from it and back it up with content. If you could base it on a technique, you get to the shortest connection possible. There's your keyword. That's your content. Boom, done.
And the other thing about these tests is they rule by intimidation. And if you can take the sting out of their intimidation by doing these techniques and take some of that fear and that sting out of it, guess what? It ain't got no power over you anymore.
Exactly.
You ain't scared.
And this is just an extra tool for you to break down the words without feeling intimidated by, oh, I don't remember studying that. This is just an extra tool that you got in your arsenal. That's it.
That's why we always ask our kids to look at these before you do. All right. Are you ready to do this?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
All right, guys, I got 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. There is no appeal in an arbitration hearing. Guys, the technique here is this. There's number, there's a number, there's a number, there's no number, right? There's no number. And so if I was going based purely on technique, this is the answer.
I don't know what's going on in the question. I'm not sure if I remember what 30, 60, 90 is going with, right? And holy Moses, is that a lot of words?
to read that question? Nobody.
Woo!
And I'm going to tell you, especially Debbie, who just passed her 26, she knows the answer to this because she's got the content. Guys, there is no appeals in arbitration. No appeals in arbitration.
It's not court.
That's it. There's no appeals in arbitration. So even that, the statement arbitration, I hope I can spell that correctly. Guys, even without reading that whole entire paragraph, we know that the only answer that could be is D, because there are no appeals in arbitration. Does that make sense?
And look, and you might not have studied at all, but maybe you experienced the court system. Arbitration is not court.
Right.
You only appeal in court when there's been a judgment. There's no judgment. There's no court.
Right.
It's arbitration.
And there you go. That whole entire paragraph to get it down to that one word that I circled. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, another one. Yeah, you could have looked at the question at the end of the long paragraph, but you might not remember what all that means.
And yeah, even that, here's your question. How long does the firm to file an appeal? See, now I would have to know, what is this? Is this a code of procedure appeal or is this an arbitration appeal? The clue was the fact that D had the word arbitration in it.
Yeah.
Makes sense?
It's just all not happening.
Yeah. But I like that. You're right. Absolutely. Look at the back end of that big long paragraph.
By the way, those paragraphs hit you right at the end.
Yes. All right. I'm going to do Andy's trick and I'm going to start at D.
All right, go for it.
I'm usually starting at an A person, but we're going to start at D. And it says it is not restricted account, but will not be allowed to purchase. First of all, guys, if you're not restricted, why are you not allowed? I'm not even talking about anything content related. If you're not restricted, why are you not allowed? No sense.
Yeah, I already have the security clearance. What do you mean I can't go through the door?
Does that make sense? Perfect. Go with that. Somebody put in the chat my thoughts exactly. Boom. Restricted, but will be allowed to purchase. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Oh wait, no, sorry, I said it wrong. No, that doesn't make sense either. If you're restricted, how come you're allowed? No sense. Sorry. That doesn't make sense either, right?
Like you're saying, why should you have to have permission?
Why is it restricted but you're allowed?
Oh, got it.
Does that make sense?
It's a restricted account.
Right. Is a restricted and will not. Okay, that makes sense. This makes sense, right? But now let's read A. Is not a restricted account and will be allowed to purchase equity shares of an initial public offering, parentheses, IPO.
That just sounds legit.
Do you guys see the difference between A and B? Let's not forget about the restricted and the not restricted part, because they both are true statements, right? I'm either restricted and I can, or I'm not restricted and wait, you guys got what I'm saying. You're restricted and you can't, or you're not restricted and you can. Those two statements make sense. But there's something very tested, definitional about A.
It's got that vibe.
Right?
Sometimes it's just based on a vibe. And the fact that there's an and in the answer as well.
It is. And it's expanded, right? It's an expanded definition of B, C, and D. Like you couldn't mix, if you like mix up these answers, this one's still going to scream at you because it's the only one that says the words initial public offering, detailed, perfect, right? Okay. The question says basically Mrs. Jones is an employee, member of the firm, restricted. She belongs to an investment club, has a 1% interest. Guys, she's not restricted. That's simple. Like she's not restricted because this is less than 10%, but that's content. I'm going with the fact that A sounded the most definitional, tested like statement. Make sense?
Word.
If you didn't know, A just sounds perfect.
Sounds right.
Okay. SPO, IPO, APO, repo. First of all, there's a typo. And repo.
And repo.
And this has 4 letters. And okay, look.
And isn't that what you do with a car?
We all know what a repo is, right? We all know.
Do we all know? Some people don't know what a repo is.
Well, we've all heard of
Just don't make payment.
repossess. Sorry.
Just don't make payments on your car, and you'll see.
Right.
You'll be chasing after your car down the street in your underwear.
Right. Right.
That's the repo, man.
My neighbor got his car repoed.
Yep.
Right. Okay. It would be appropriate to refer to any of the following as an issuer transaction except the repo, because it's a repo. The repossess.
It's not part of the whole thing anyway.
Actually, guys, repo stands for repurchase agreement, but we didn't need to know. See?
It wasn't part of the whole thing there.
Right. All right. And it had 4 letters. All right. Prolonged periods of healthy economic growth. That sounds great. Sounds good. Right? Robust production. Yeah.
Robust.
Sounds great.
Sounds like a good cup of coffee.
Plentiful employment opportunities.
Wow. That sounds happy.
That is amazing. High unemployment. Wait a minute. That sounds sad.
They're unemployed, but they're high?
And these two are off.
Oh.
Right? Plentiful employment opportunity. High unemployment. So that means that not only is C and D opposite, but D is also different.
Someone got my joke.
Right? So if we were playing the technique game, there's 2 techniques in this.
Thank you to the one person who got my joke on D. Thank you.
The opposite and the D, right? And the opposite and the difference. So 2 techniques. One, we call that the double dip. Let's go ahead. Let's look at the question. Stagnation in the economy can be associated with something that doesn't make me happy.
Is that you just adding that?
Yes. Right? Doesn't make me happy. Stagnation. Have you guys ever, man, I'm just feeling stagnant.
It means you're not going anywhere. You're like a goldfish in a dirty bowl.
Boom. Like that. Man, I didn't pass my economics classes in school.
Good now. Good now.
Yeah. All right, guys. The payment reserves. I didn't even know what A said, to be honest with you.
Right?
I'm going to be real. This is how I approach this question. Balance of payments, balance of trade. Trade is goods. Payments is money. Does that make sense? Payments, money. Trade, goods. These 2 are similar. Probably one of those. I know we got the flow of money, balance of payments. That's the answer. Just like that. I didn't even read A until right now.
Right. In this day and age, do you pay your bills with a beaver pelt, or do you have to bring cash? If you're going to balance your payments, don't you have to pay with money? Yeah, that's how I look at it. A very simplistic way.
Yeah.
I can't trade salt and a beaver pelt for my electric bill.
Exactly. Sure. I don't know why that, but anyways, you guys saw that.
I don't even know where I'd get a beaver pelt in Southern California anyhow.
The last one. I have preferred stock, collateral trust certificates, equipment trust certificates, and subordinated debentures.
I know where I can find salt, though. There's plenty of salty Lions fans.
Certificates. Debentures, and I got stock. Well, guys, the one that's different, actually A.
Stock. Because debentures is unsecured secured debt, right? And it's part of something else.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's all part of what do they call that? When debt.
Yeah. It's unsecured
debt. The other ones are all about debt too.
Yeah, B and C are secured debt, right?
Preferred stock is not anything to do with debt.
Nope. Which of the following is the most junior security? How about just the stock?
The one that's a security and not debt?
Just the stock. Stock gets paid last. Remember, actually, I think we talked about this last night. No,
we talked this morning.
This morning. It was this morning that we talked about it with the members. That owners get paid last.
We went into detail about common stock and preferred stock.
Right.
And then Eric even asked me a question on Patreon, which I don't know if he got, but the answer is yes. Anyways, are you ready? We did it.
That's it.
We made it.
That's it.
Now it's your turn.
That's it.
When I say you're ready, I'm ready. You got to be ready. Go get your own. Go get your own quiz. Go through it. 10 questions. Look, guys, you might fumble a lot trying to do what we just did, right? It might not work out the first time, the second time, but that's why you got to keep practicing.
Mhm.
You keep practicing.
Mhm.
It's just like everything else. It's like roller skating. You know what I mean? You're going to fall. Ice skating, right? You're going to fall down.
Mhm.
It's not, but you'll get it.
Yeah.
You dust yourself off. Get a new pair of pants on if it's on the ice, right? You get all wet, but that's all right. You'll get it.
Mhm.
But the point is, you keep trying, and you'll get better, and you'll get better at it. And you know what? Next thing you know, you'll get 2 or 3 questions you would never have got any other way, and you're getting a pass notice. And that's what it's all about, folks. It's all about getting a pass notice, and that's all there is to it. That's all. That's all we want.
Yep.
That's all.
Mhm.
So let's make that our focus. Let's go get it. We got no sessions for members tomorrow. So no morning, no afternoon sessions. We will be back though for the Studying Brew tomorrow night. We will have Discord Wednesday. So if you want your questions answered alive on the Studying Brew, leave some questions in that Discord. Brandy will be picking them and making sure that she answers those tomorrow night. So participate. Until then, everybody stay safe out there. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. Don't touch your friend's face. That's all I know. Keep that positive mental attitude. PMA, everybody have a great night.
Thank you guys so much for being on. We super appreciate you. Practice those techniques in your flash quizzes. We will see you guys tomorrow night. Have a great one.